Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Bimbo. I'm a Nigerian trained pharmacist and a UK care assistant. I know it's been ages, right? Anyways, I am back here. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Life has been lifing. We have been trying to put body and soul together. We've been trying to make progress in life because, the people where we live back home, they are progressing. So by the way, we started a new business which is ready to wear clothing brand. We are Jama, and we have lovely prints. I'm going to attach my seller link or maybe my TikTok page. Yes, my TikTok link or my WhatsApp link. I'm just going to attach a link to the description of this video. Today's video is basically for those people that are currently in the UK and they are struggling to find a certificate of sponsorship in care. I mean, I currently live in Northern Ireland, and when I first moved here, I was searching for companies that sponsor. But unfortunately, at that time, because it was like middle of the year and a lot of companies weren't sponsoring, that was like the peak of, all this brouhaha about stopping COS and all that. But I have good news for you today. In this video, I'm going to be telling you the companies that are currently sponsoring. I mean, I work agency shifts, and just recently, in fact, just one day ago, only yesterday, I met with someone who actually started his job that very day. The person resumed the job that very day. And the good thing about this thing is that, last week alone, I have met 3 people. And like I was saying, the good thing is that they all moved from England because, England is quite saturated and people are finding it really hard to find care certificate of sponsorship. However, it's like here in Northern Ireland, most of the companies have their allocation already. It's the beginning of the tax year. It's still the beginning of the tax year. And a lot of these companies are filed for their COS allocation from the Home Office, which I think they have now. So they are trying to fill spaces. They are trying to fill up vacancies as much as possible. And before I go into the companies, I'd like to say some of the advantages or some of the benefits you stand to gain if you live in Northern Ireland. I've made comprehensive videos to state the good side and the bad side, comparing Northern Ireland with Northern England, where I used to live. But this, I'll just summarize in a summary. I'll just state the good things that you stand to enjoy when you move down to Northern Ireland because, all right. First thing is that in Northern Ireland, we do not pay council tax. So that is saving you about £140 or £150 or more every month if you live in Northern Ireland. Another advantage is that we do not pay water bills in Northern Ireland. That is like also saving about £30 to £50 every month. You'll be saving about £200 every month if you move from England, you move from Scotland, you move from wherever to live in Northern Ireland. Another thing is that if you're moving as a family, you have a spouse, you have a dependent. The good thing is that jobs are readily available. I mean, if you're looking to work in care, you're looking to work in the industry, there are jobs available. Like I hear people say that agency shifts in England are very scarce. People are not getting shifts. Here in Northern Ireland, they are literally begging agency staff to pick shifts. Like every day, we get calls to say, please look at the app, pick shift. When I do 5 shifts, my company is thanking me, thank you. You can work 7 shifts being an agency staff, 7 days of 1 week. And the good thing is, you can always liaise with the companies, you can ask them for mileage. I'm currently enjoying that. So your spouse or your dependents will easily get a job when they move to Northern Ireland. In fact, they don't need to have very big experience. With little experience, they can be sure that they will get someone to train them, and they'll get a company that would be willing to train them on the job. And also, another thing that you stand to enjoy if you live in Northern Ireland is that it's quite remote. I must confess to you, even Belfast, which is like the center, like the capital of Northern Ireland, is not all that bubbly. Compared to some northern parts of England. However, this is what is time to enjoy. The rent here is like the same with Northern England. Even in in the capital city, which is Belfast, the rent is similar to what you get in Northern England. So you'd be saving on your monthly expenses. Your monthly bills is likely to go down if you move to Northern Ireland. Another thing is that I was going to say that because of the society, because it's quite rural, I mean, because it is not all that populated, you stand to not spend your money, especially if you live in the villages. You don't get like a lot of shops around, you don't get a lot of amenities around, so you just work and you spend less and your money stays in your account. That's another good thing. However, I would also state that Northern Ireland is very boring. So if you're a bubbly person and if you're likely to get depressed, I'll say you should give it a second thought because your situation is likely going to get worse in winter here. Another thing is that transportation in Northern Ireland is not what you have in England. Like I said, the guy that I met yesterday was telling me that when he came for his interview, he came from England for the interview, that he took a taxi, he spent money. Even yesterday, he was looking for somebody to drop him off because even to get taxi, he gets as a B. Some taxis will tell you they don't work. They do school runs until 9:30 in the morning. If you are working in care and you have to resume 8 o'clock, then which taxi would take you to work? And some will even tell you they don't work on Sundays, they don't work weekends. So for some people, that is, an opportunity, a business opportunity for you that you can look at if you want to do business, if you want to get into taxi business. However, on the part of those who need the services, that's a lot of struggle. So you need your own car, you need a driving license to make life easier for you because buses are not frequent and they are a bit expensive. Anyways, they are now expensive in England as well. Initially in England, you could get £1 in the evening, you could get £2 everywhere you want to go. But here in Northern Ireland, a single trip could be like 9 minutes drive is like £3.50. If you're going further, you pay more because less people use buses here. The buses are less frequent, and that is exactly why. Now, going into the business of today, which are the companies that have sponsorship, I would like to state here that these are the conditions that I have discovered. Some of these companies, they would tell you that they want students only. So if you're a student, you're a dependent, you're covered. Some of them will tell you they want students only and you must have a minimum of 6 months on your visa. So I met a guy that he recently finished his school, but he was with them. He has been with them for quite a while. He was coming because he's still coming. He has been coming from England to work in Northern Ireland. So every weekend, because he's a student, he works 2 days a week. He travels down, he flies down from England to Northern Ireland every weekend to work. And they have promised to sponsor him. He's still studying, he's rounding off his studies. And he has met that criteria of, 6 months visa or 6 month duration on his visa and being a student. So I also met another person who is a dependent. And now he's currently working. He resumed just yesterday. And he has moved, he has relocated, and they have promised to sponsor him. And these companies, when they say they will sponsor, they would sponsor. And this is why. They are the largest care company in Northern Ireland. There are about 2 of them. They are the largest. And almost everybody that I know that has sponsored in care companies here in Northern Ireland work with them. I've picked shifts and I see that there are a lot of migrants, of course, that have been sponsored, spanning from Asians to Africans to Filipinos. Filipinos are Asians too. So they actually sponsor. So if they have promised that they would sponsor, they would actually stick to their promise. That is one. Also, these are care homes. They are not domiciliary care. These companies are care homes with very lovely staff. I'm telling you because I've worked there, I work there. They are care homes with lovely staff that you will enjoy as long as you are professional about your. Another good thing about these companies is that, they have different units. They have learning disability, mental health. They have, supported living, difficult mental health, like all these difficult people that are difficult to manage. They have nursing, they have dementia, they have a lot of units. Anyways, the company is a group of companies, and they have different names. So if I mention the name, it's not like you will go online and start searching for that name. You search for the care homes under that group of companies. It is Northern Ireland Group, Northern Ireland Healthcare Group or something, Northern Healthcare Ireland Group, Northern Healthcare Ireland Group of companies. So there are several companies under Northern Ireland Healthcare Group of companies. So if you take your phone now, go to Google, ask for the care homes under Northern Ireland Healthcare Group of companies. It will give you all the companies. And now what you can do next is to go on Indeed and type the names of each of these care homes and see if they have any vacancy on Indeed. That is one. Another way you can go about it is that you go to each of their websites, or you go to this Northern Healthcare Ireland Group and search for any vacancies across their care homes. You put different locations, or you pick each of those care homes and look at their website and check for vacancies, and then you send in your CV. That is another way you can go about it. Now, one major issue, or one major challenge that I think you may have is your location. Because when you're putting in your application and your location is far away from where you intend to work, and the other applicants who are applying from within Northern Ireland, you can be sure that they would consider the people within Northern Ireland, most likely, as long as they also qualify. So this is what I am saying. If you want a Northern Ireland address to put on your CV, you can join my membership. I'll give you an address that you can use, so that your proximity to that place where you're applying is closer. You need to join my membership. I need to have a level of closeness to you, a level of relationship with you before I can share such details with you. So that is just by the way. That is one of the companies. There are several companies under Northern Healthcare Ireland Group. We have Bow Hill, we have Nightingale, we have Breathfield, we have Longfield. There are quite many. Start applying. You don't have to tell them outrightly that you need sponsorship. I think the reason why some of them are asking you for right to work and some time on your visa is so that you'll be on probation. They'll see your performance and they'll evaluate you, and they will now conclude whether they're going to sponsor you or not. It's not like they can't sponsor you outrightly, but I get the gimmicks. They are trying to observe you. They want you to be on probation for certain periods. So if you're going to be applying, make sure you have a minimum of 3 to 6 months on your visa, whether you're a student, you're a dependent, or a skilled worker. I'm not sure if they are sponsoring skilled workers, but it is worth trying. Another one is Anne's Care Home. Anne's Care Home, Anne's group of companies, they have about 28 care homes here in Northern Ireland, and they do sponsor. This is a good time for you to start putting out your applications if you don't mind relocating to Northern Ireland. So that is what I thought to come and tell you here. If you have enjoyed this video, if you fall in the category of people who need sponsorship, please like and share. And if you have family members, friends who are currently looking for COS, they are in care, they need COS, share with them. Now, talking about my business. So we've got various attires. They are very lovely prints, and they're very lovely prints. You can actually just send me a message. You can join my membership to get into our VIP WhatsApp group, where you enjoy exclusive perks, like you get access to all our new stock before we put them online, and then you get access to discounts and all of that. All right, so if you have watched up to this point, thank you so much. If you are yet to subscribe, please consider subscribing. And if you haven't liked yet, it doesn't cost you anything. Please like and share this video out. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next one.